Welcome back. Before we get into today, let me take just a second to catch everyone up, because where we've been matters for where we're going. In Class 1, we answered the big question, why Claude and what is it? In Class 2, we went through the mechanics, setting up Claude on all 4 platforms, the website, the desktop app, the phone, and the Chrome extension. I'm still teaching you about Claude. That continues every class. But today I'm adding something new. Today I'm also going to teach Claude about you. And I want to say this up front. When you see what we're doing today, your first instinct might be that it looks complicated. It's not. I've done most of the work already. Think of it like a recipe. I'm handing you the dish, the instructions, and almost every ingredient. You're adding one thing, yourself. Let's talk about what that looks like. Think about the people you call before you ever talk to a client. Your lender, your title rep, your home inspector. The good ones, the ones you've worked with for years. They know you. They know your deal style, what you expect, how you communicate. But here's what it took to get there. Years of transactions, a lot of back and forth, trial and error before they really got you. What if you could skip all of that? What if you could sit down, have one conversation, and walk away with a partner who already knows everything about you, your market, your voice, your clients, your goals? That's what today is about. It's only going to take you about 15 minutes to set everything up after the meeting. You won't believe the difference in the responses you get from Claude after you do. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Let's pause the video for a second. Okay, so you just saw that. You saw what Claude looks like before it knows you and what it looks like after. That gap, that difference. That's what today is about. And I want you to really hear this. You are not building this from zero. I've been stacking the pieces for a while. BHHS has already built resources for you. There are 13 prompts sitting in your resource center right now. Done. You didn't create them, you don't have to. I built the foundation block. That is a document loaded with everything Claude needs to know about our brokerage, how we operate, our standards, our market here in Citrus County. I'll share it with you after today's class. What's left is one piece, your personal profile. That's it. That's all I need you to do. Everything else has already been done for you. Your personal profile tells Claude who you are, how you work, your clients, your communication style. And I've even built the interview that creates it for you. You don't have to figure out what to say. Claude does the asking. You just answer. That's your homework. Do the interview tonight, save your profile, and bring it to Class 4. And those 13 BHHS prompts I mentioned. Let me pull that up so you can see exactly where they live. Let's pause the video again for a second. Good. Now you know where those BHHS prompts live. That's your safety net. 13 ready-to-use prompts sitting there right now. But here's the thing. Those prompts are generic. They work for any BHHS agent anywhere in the country. What we're doing today is making them work for you, specifically here in Citrus County. That's where the foundation block comes in. The foundation block is the first document we load into Claude, and you don't have to touch it. It's already built. I built it. What's in it? Everything about FSP that Claude needs to know before you type your first word. The brokerage, our brand, our address, our zero desk fee model, our Zillow programs, how we operate day to day, and our brokerage procedures, including the language and standards we use when we talk about compensation. Why does this matter? Because when you open Claude and start working, it already knows who we are. You don't have to explain our brokerage. You don't have to explain Citrus County. You don't have to reteach it every session. Claude shows up knowing the house rule. This one belongs to you. The personal profile is what tells Claude about you specifically, not the brokerage, not the market. You. What goes in it? Your name, how long you've been in real estate, your background, your ideal client, how you like to communicate, what your business looks like right now, and where you want it to go. Your team, if you have one. And here's what makes this different from filling out a form. You don't fill anything out. Claude interviews you. It asks the questions. You talk. By the end of the conversation, Claude hands you a finished document. Organized, clean, ready to load. That profile is what you bring to Class 4. From that point on, every time you open Claude, it already knows who it's working with. You never start cold again. Let me give you the big picture before we get into the details. You open Claude. You paste in a short launch prompt. I'll provide that. It's already written. Claude reads both documents and starts interviewing you. You answer. When it's done, Claude hands you a finished document. You save it. That is the whole process. About 15 minutes of your evening. And by the end of it, you have something most agents will never have. a real organized document that tells Claude exactly who you are and how you work. We're going to walk through each piece, but I want you to know right now this is not hard. You have done harder things before breakfast. Before you sit down to do your interview, you need two things, and both links are right there in your class outline. The first is the foundation block. That's the brokerage document I already built. The second is the interview prompt. That's what Claude uses to interview you. You don't have to go hunting for anything. Open your outline, click the links, and download both files to your computer. That's all you need to do before we get started. One thing to know, you're going to do this in a plain Claude chat, not inside a project, just a regular new conversation. I'll walk you through exactly why that matters in a second. All right, let's do this step by step. Step 1 and 2. You've already got your two files downloaded from the links in your outline. Good. Both are sitting on your computer. Step 3. Open Claude in your browser and start a brand new conversation. Not inside a project, just a fresh chat. Step 4. Drag both files into the chat window. You'll see them appear as attachments above the message box. That's it. Claude can now read both of them. You're set up. Everything Claude needs is right there in front of it. Now you're ready. Here's how the interview actually runs. Step 5. Paste the launch prompt into Claude and hit enter. There's a short prompt in your handout that tells Claude what the two documents are and what you want it to do. Copy it, paste it in, hit enter. Claude reads both files and begins the interview. Step 6. Use your voice. If you have whisper flow set up, turn it on. If not, look for the sound wave icon in the bottom right corner of Claude's message box and click it. Either way, speak your answers, don't type. The more naturally you talk, the better your profile will be. Step 7. Answer Claude's questions. Just talk. Honest answers. There are no wrong ones. The more specific you are, the better. Step 8. When Claude tells you you're done, copy the completed profile. Save it somewhere you can find it. You'll load it into Claude in Class 4. Let's talk about what you're actually leaving here with today. On your left, your personal profile. A complete, organized document that tells Claude who you are, how you work, who your ideal client is, your communication style, your current business and your goals, your team, all of it in one place. On your right, a preview of Class 4. You load both documents into Claude, the foundation block and your personal profile. And from that point forward, every session starts with Claude already knowing your brokerage, your market, your language, and you, personally and professionally. You stop explaining yourself, you just work. Your homework. Do the interview tonight. Save your profile. Bring it to Class 4. This is where it all lands. Class 1. You learned what Claude is and why it belongs in your business. Class 2. You set it up on your devices. Class 3. You gave it everything it needs to know about you. That's the setup. And now every time you open Claude to write a listing description, draft an email, pull together a market update, put a script together, it already knows who it's talking to. It knows your brokerage. It knows your market. It knows your voice. You gave it what it needed, and now it shows up ready. You stop explaining yourself. You just work. We'll see you in Class 4.